On a sunny afternoon, a man bought lottery numbers from yesterday's drawing at a ticket stand. The odds of the same numbers winning again were virtually zero, but the man had his own plan. He used a coin to scratch off one number, crumpled it up, and had his daughter toss it on a laundromat table. This immediately caught a middle-aged woman's attention. She compared it to the winning numbers in the newspaper. Though one number was illegible, matching four numbers still meant a $600 prize. She thought she'd struck gold, not knowing she'd fallen into the father-daughter team's carefully crafted trap. The protagonist, Roy, was a professional con artist. He and his partner, Frank, rented an office, specifically targeting people by claiming they could help them avoid taxes on winnings, while selling overpriced water purifiers. When victims realized they'd been scammed, the duo would pose as police officers to extract banking information and signatures. This way, they not only made money from the purifiers, but also cleaned out their victims' accounts. However, this small-time money didn't impress Frank. He'd recently targeted a big client, but bigger targets required patience. Roy thought the risk was too high and rejected Frank's proposal. Privately, Roy suffered from severe OCD and relied on medication to function. While cleaning his room that day, he accidentally spilled his pills down the drain. Roy frantically called his doctor, only to learn the doctor had moved away. Roy's condition kicked in immediately. He compulsively cleaned every corner of his house until it was spotless, even wiping the underside of the coffee table. Fortunately, Frank arrived in time and found him. This couldn't continue, so Frank helped contact a psychiatrist who had successfully treated his aunt's anxiety. That afternoon, Roy visited the doctor. Initially, he just wanted red pills, the kind his previous doctor had prescribed before moving away. But as a physician, the doctor needed to fully understand his patient's condition before prescribing medication. Over a decade ago, Roy had been married. His wife often stayed out all night, and even hid her pregnancy for over 2 months. Thinking she was having an affair, Roy beat her severely. They hadn't spoken since. For years, Roy wondered if he'd wrongly accused his wife. If their child had been born safely, they'd be 14 now. The psychiatrist suspected Roy's symptoms stemmed from deep-seated repression and prescribed a new medication called Prolifex. Perhaps this therapy awakened Roy's buried feelings. He asked the psychiatrist to call his ex-wife. He had no ulterior motives. He just wanted to know if she was doing well. A few days later, the psychiatrist called back. He'd contacted the ex-wife, who still didn't want any contact with Roy. However, their daughter Angela wanted to meet him. The psychiatrist's words amazed Roy. He never imagined he actually had a daughter.